know when you're ready, Cameron. Okay, I'm going to call the Appearance Commission meeting for December 20th, 2021 to order. It is 6 o'clock. And are you guys ready for the Pledge of Allegiance? Stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so our first item of business is to do the approval of the minutes from our last meeting on November 15th. Does anyone have any changes that need to be made? Have you all had a chance to read through them? Anything? You have any corrections? Anybody? Oh, okay. Okay. Catch that, Cameron?
Yes, ma'am. And go through the all in favor, and everything else along those lines.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All against? Motion carried. So I guess we will move to the items of discussions. Last meeting, we had kind of tabled the grant portion because we only had, I think, one or two.
Oh, well, the grant discussion got tabled in regards to the applications weren't in yet. For the deadline for the application hadn't arose yet, so we pushed the hearing for all this to this month. So
Right.
If you want me to go ahead and I can kind of start running down through all the new stuff that we got coming in for some of the business beautification grants, if y'all are ready to kind of
Sure.
go through that.
Yep, go
All
ahead.
right. Well, of course, going through the process we had last time, this is kind of the recommended process. If there were things last time when we did the business beautification stuff that y'all see, maybe we didn't have to go through, we can always change it up based on y'all's discretion. But this is kind of the recommended process, of course, what we went through last time. So we'll start with the, let's see, the first item, which is the one that was tabled from the original business beautification grant process. This is for over on 30 Southwest Court Square for the Graham Furniture Mart. The proposed improvement is they're going to install the new awnings out there and repair the facade of the building. So if there is a representative from the Graham Furniture Mart here that'd like to speak, they are certainly welcome to it this time, or if y'all have any questions for them. Is anybody here from Graham Furniture Mart? I don't think so. So kind of go from there. So that's, you've heard a little bit about this prior in the past of what their plans are. They did receive funding from the facade grant program. So they have that. Is there any more information you all would like, or is this one kind of telltale since we've done it a little bit before? I can answer whatever it is y'all need.
Anybody have any questions about this one? Like he said, they were already given 100% from the historic committee, which was 5,000. So just so y'all know that and you're aware of it.
I don't think it was at 5,000, or did they just get, they got 100%
got
of whatever it was.
100%.
I think it was like
Yeah.
$2,000 or something, but I think the total scope of their project was like $5,000 or $6,000.
5,600, yeah. So they did get, but they got the 100% award.
Yeah. And I think it basically covered for about like half of the project.
I'm going to ask, because we already have discussed this item and we have pinned it to this date, just giving us time also that we look at new applications.
course, yes,
And I
ma'am.
understand that we do have those. So we can come back to the ones that we've already looked at. My recommendation was that we would look at those at the latter part and look at the new ones, since we haven't had an opportunity to look at those.
before we vote, because
Yeah.
then we would be out of money because we'll
Yes,
deplenish
ma'am.
what we have.
No, of course, and we'll run through all of these and we won't make any decisions till we go through basically the whole presentation. And then, y'all go through your grant matrices, you'll fill all those out. We'll take a little bit of a recess to kind of grade those. And then from there, we'll make the decision on kind of which ones we want to fund. So it's not right now that you got to make a decision. So I'll just run through the rest of these and we'll talk a little bit after. Is that all right?
Thank you.
That's great.
All right, so next we'll move on to 101 East Hardin Street, and this is Miracle Metals. This is right there on the corner near the press building. It's right back there behind it. They're proposing to replace the roll-up doors on the building that you can see over there on the left. On the right picture, I believe that's the kind of doors that they're wanting to use to replace those. This is in the historic district. And they also did receive funding from the facade grant program as well. I don't think there are any representatives here from Miracle Metals right now, but I'm more than happy to answer any additional questions that y'all may have about this property. It's basically just the extent of what they're going to be doing is just replacing those two garage doors with those more, I guess, see-through type fire department roll-down doors.
Yeah, she was here for the historical
Yep.
commission, and that one was the one that did receive 5,000.
Yes, ma'am.
So that one I know we did on the historic commission give them 5,000,
Mhm.
which was 100% of what they could get because their
Yep.
total project was,
Like 28 grand.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
pretty
it's pretty
expensive.
expensive. Those doors are like
I think it's for
rather
Miracle
expensive.
Metals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're basically a new business that's coming in the tenant of this building. They make off-site, they make type of metal works where they weld and take out, and it looks like kind of artwork, like you could get your name or last name or something, you want to hang it on your door. But they're interested in new business, and we are excited to have them here in the city. But they did apply for both of these grants. So is there any more questions y'all have in regards to this property? No? All right, well, let's move forward. All right, so next we have is 103 North Main. This is Hi-Fi Records. Hi-Fi Records is requesting the funding for the installation of aluminum frame fabric awning covers at the storefront, about 3 foot, 10 inches total height, by 5 foot, projection about 23 feet long or 23 inches long. I think that's feet. But we do have representatives here from Hi-Fi. Mr. John Guzza, if you would like to come up and speak and say anything, or if y'all have any questions for Mr. John, you'd be more than welcome to answer whatever y'all have. You got anything? for him?
Sure. I'll just say that this is something I've always wanted.
Yes,
for business ever since we came in, because I understand what happened some years ago is that the front of the building came off, and it used to look a little like the Verdict, where they've got the glass panels. And I think the whole front came off, and if you look around the side, you can see the different brickwork. Anyway, I think they just kind of left it, and it used to have a flat pan. Like next door to us is Too Crafty at the movie theater. That used to be out there, but I guess whoever took care of the building 10 years ago or whatever, just kind of put that up and left it as is. And I've got outdoor seating and people like to hang out outside. And I just wanted to enhance the look of the place. And the sun gets really brutal it comes directly in, and I want a little protection from that. Plus make the business look nice. And the fellow that I've chosen to do the work is going to incorporate. So we got a real good deal on those farmhouse lights when we were building up Hi-Fi. And he has come up with a design that he's going to be able to have a little, and this is in the plan. Arrington is going to do the work.
Yes, sir.
I've chosen. He's going to do like a little 16-inch kick out to incorporate the lights, and then it comes down. And we're just doing black umbrella fabric. So.
And Mr. John, you have received your approval from HRC as well,
Yes.
correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Because they are also in the downtown historic corridor, and they were required to get their COA approval prior to any of this. So the awnings have been approved. They're just coming to us for the grant funding to pay for some of it. So that's why they applied for the application. Y'all have any questions for Mr. John or I?
I did just want to say,
Sure.
you said that you're gonna let who do the work?
Burlington awning.
Is there an estimate in here from them?
There's two.
And
She's
should-
got one here and then
I actually
one
got
here.
3 quotes,
Oh,
but
gotcha.
Burlington looked the best.
I see Shady and I saw the other, I don't see
Shady
Burlington.
and DAC.
DAC, I see that, I don't see.
Yeah.
Burlington, I don't know, it's not in my package.
Would it help if I?
Yeah, I don't have. Burlington.
How much was the one from Burlington?
We don't
Because
have. a
we've got
Burlington
two,
was-
but,
Was 32.
okay.
Would you like to see this?
Um,
Would you like to see it?
I don't think it was in our packages,
Yeah, it's not
so,
in our packet.
yeah, we just
I
had
don't
the
remember if
two.
I ever received it.
$3,200.
Yeah, that's very.
Does anybody else need to see this? Y'all, Bernadette, do you need to see it? Okay, Cameron, you might.
Yeah, so I'll hold on to that. We might have to do some quick maths towards whenever we make our decision because I don't know. I think I had the second lowest bid on the Excel sheet. I don't know. I'm trying to remember if I ever received that and I just didn't put it in or if I have the right price on there. But with the Excel sheet that has the separate percentages of funding on there, we'll just have to kind of add that up as we go along, but that should be.
Right.
All the bids were really close,
Mhm.
but I chose Burlington because he was real responsive.
Okay.
He was friendly on the phone and he was quick to respond to any questions I had. So,
Good customer service.
right. Anything else?
When I glanced, it looked very detailed, very
Very good.
descriptive. You can kind of see what he's gonna do.
Good.
Good work, yeah.
No, underneath, yeah. So the rendering there on the lower right pretty much looks like it's gonna be. So you're not gonna be able to see, the lights are gonna be, hopefully have a nice little glow. I don't use the lights all the time, especially in the summertime when they've got a lot of nice daylight, but these days I've been using a lot and people like to sit out.
That's gonna look really nice.
Hope so.
Very
Real
nice,
nice.
yeah.
Thanks.
I appreciate it, Mr. John. All right. So next, we'll move on to 110 East Pine Street. This one is a application from Mr. Jose. As you could see, the building on the right with the pictures is the current standing of the building. If you want kind of a representation as to what their plans are, they said they're going to pressure wash all the exterior of the building, patch and repair all stucco cracks around the building. They're going to refinish the exterior stucco, repaint windows, doors, trims around the building, paint all roof metal and metal flushing around the building. And they're going to use the same color or very similar colors to what's currently in the building, white for all windows and door trim. Aside from the color, a lot of the updates that they're going to be making are similar to the building that's right in front of it on the corner of South Main right there. Is the other building they have where the Shamrock Nutrition's at. I know they've came here once or twice in the past to get grant funding for that building. I think they specifically got one for that building either through the facade or this one. But that's kind of what they intend on doing with this building here is just kind of renovating it and making it a little bit similar to what's there on the corner and match up. And they are not in the historic district, so they didn't have to get a COA or anything along those lines. Any questions you all have for me? I don't think there's a representative here for Mr. Jose, is there?
Are they painting it the same color or are they painting it the same color as Shamrock Nutrition?
I think they're gonna, from what it says on here, is that they are going to use the same color or very similar to what is currently in the building. So it won't match up exactly in color, but the white and metal trimming and painting of those will match up along those lines. So it may be either it sticks with this kind of tannish color and things along those lines, or they could change it however they feel, but they're painting it nonetheless. And I think it's something that desperately needs to be painted to updated.
So they're gonna be painting it all one color. It's gonna be all one color at the end,
Yes,
whether it
ma'am.
matches the other business or not, but it's gonna be all one color.
Yes, ma'am.
And similar to what's shown here. Is that
Mhm.
correct? So it matches.
Yep, in the past. I'm not sure exactly when he got it, but I know that they did use some grant funding to do kind of the same type project on that building right there. And as you can see, it looks very good. Now, I can't say that they're going to paint it the same color as it, but I mean, it's kind of a statement to what kind of work they did with the money they got. And I think it's a really nice, point of our downtown or entering into it at least. So it's an expensive project, but at the same time, a little money can go a long way for a project like that, especially when it's in the condition that it is in and they're trying to do some updates to it. But that's kind of the extent of what they are asking for. Any additional questions you all have? Wonderful. Well, we'll move on to the very last one. This one's over here on 202 North Main. This is Frank's Jewelry. And what they're wanting to do, they're wanting to replace the existing fabric awning with a standing seam metal awning. Their dimensions are about 4 feet by 8 inches by 5 feet and 25 feet long. The picture is the existing storefront, so that awning will change from the fabric that it's on to a standing seam metal awning. And that's kind of the extent of where they're at. They're also not in the downtown district, so they don't have to worry about any COA approval or anything along those lines. Any questions in regards to this?
I don't have any. Does anybody else have any? You guys okay? Good.
Yeah, all right, well, that finishes everything up. I have up here the kind of residential appearance award for the, well, no, this is the matrix for the residential appearance award. Let me go back to the matrix for, here we go, the business beautification grant. So you all have these in your packets as well. So if y'all wanted to follow suit, kind of the same thing we did last time and take a little 5-10 minute recess where y'all can kind of go through these and work out your matrices. Do I need to print off or make some more copies of them? I think I only provided y'all with one in each. Or you could just kind of add them up all down there at the bottom, however you all choose to. But if you need some more, I can go run and grab those while y'all deliberate or talk amongst yourselves.
I don't need any more copies. Does anybody else? Do y'all need copies of that? You good? Oh, okay. We'll just take a few minutes
Yeah.
and go through it.
Yeah, y'all just rank them as you choose and we'll, like I said, the Excel spreadsheet in there for the percentage of funding is in there. We have $10,000 to give out tonight. So go about that award for however you want to disperse, and we'll kind of go into discussion after I see what all the matrices and y'all's rankings look like. All right. I need to turn some music on, don't I? Lord, I'll just sit here and talk. I can do some stand up. I don't know how well that worked.
Let's just go with the music.
Yeah. I agree. it just drops down. You good? No, you're not good. You got a question? About 5 more minutes. Bless you. Is there anybody still working? Are y'all good? Good? All right, I'm gonna come up here and grab these. Jump back on.
I didn't have a sheet. I don't know. I made my own.
I'll try and hold some conversation while I look through these. Let's see here. I thank you all for that. All right. It seems like there's a pretty decent consensus of at least the top three that I can kind of rank from here. What we're gonna do, since there's only so much amount of money to kind of pass around, I'm gonna open it up for y'all to have discussion on to how much you want to award to all of these, and if y'all can come to an agreement on that. But from the looks of it, from what I could see on here, the rankings kind of signify that the three kind of highest ranked, I guess the top three that you all ranked are the 110 East Pine Street, the 202 North Main, and the 103 North Main as well, in no particular order. So I'll kind of let it go from there. Being the top priority are those three. You could see that you could put some more funding towards those three and a little less towards the other two, or however you kind of work it out. You do have the percentage piece kind of in front of you. So if you all wanted to open up some discussion in regards to that as to how much you want to award each of the property, I'm more than happy to kind of moderate that. If there's one you all want to start off with, I will suggest that we start off with the one that's kind of been on the line for here about 4 months with 30 Southwest Court Square. That was one of the ones that lowest ranked, I believe. And I think a lot of that has to deal with the amount of funding that they've already received from the facade grant program. So if y'all want to open up discussion for that, I'm more than happy to talk about it. So like I said, you have your little Excel sheet in front of you. I don't have it up here, unfortunately, but any percentages that you want to award that 30 Southwest Court Square?
Oh, my feeling is to give them 0.
Okay.
They've already received the max amount from the facade program. And we've got a lot of other worthy businesses here that
Mhm.
have not had any grants. And this is just my opinion.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Madam Chair, I support that opinion. And being we have new applicants, which is very intriguing and
Yes, ma'am.
very enlightening, and I
Mhm.
think we need to focus on that.
All right. So what we'll do is we won't make a motion on one single one. Let's get these percentages down and we'll do it as a whole.
Okay.
Um, the top one, yeah. That's fair. Mm. Yes, ma'am. So it's really difficult because they're all three like right there around the same ranks, and I don't think there's really much to separate it with, but let's start off with the 202 North Main Street. I think that one was pretty high ranked among others, especially in line with the 103 North Main. So let's start with those two and we'll talk amongst that, and then we'll move into the 110 East Pine and then the 101 East Hardin. So if y'all want to open up discussions for the 202 North Main, Frank's Jewelry, I'm more than happy to assist.
We're still operating under the 7,200 budget. Where
Oh.
where are we? Are
10,000.
we back at 10,000? Because I thought we had spent some of it. Oh, yeah. I don't think that's.
So we had not given
Yeah,
any money
I don't
away,
think
or
we're at
had we?
10,000.
Yes, we are. So,
So we started back?
well, it was.
We had 15, right, to start with.
Since we had
So-
like 7 and some change left, we just went ahead and bumped it up to 10 grand since we were
Okay.
back up. With the approval of course, everybody here at the city and city council.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if city council approved it, but I know people in finance, but we have the money to spend. It is there. So.
Okay,
Wonderful.
all right, good.
Okay,
So if we want to start with the 202 North Main, for replacing the awning with the metal awning, they want to replace the fabric one with the metal one. I personally was looking at about 50% for them. What about you guys?
mhm.
I think that's good.
Are y'all
Yeah.
good with that?
There was a lot of the same. I didn't want to make any assumptions. I want to leave it up to you guys. So,
Okay,
is that final? You want to go with the 50?
Yeah.
do you
we
want
need
us to
a-
go ahead and do it now, or you want us to
Are
wait
you
till the
gonna go
end?
through all of them and then we're gonna do it?
Yeah, let's go through all the prices. So you said we get our money straight first and
Okay.
then we'll kind of go through all of them.
So if we do 50% for
Mhm.
them, that'll be $2,425.35.
So 2,425 and 30, what cent?
35 cent.
Beautiful. Okay.
Okay, so then we would move on to 103 North Main, which is Hi-Fi Records. They want to put an awning over those lights and improve the front of that building. I was leaning towards 100% for them. I don't know what. that-
Yes, it will, and yes,
You guys good with that?
100.
I think it'll really, and you're on that main drag.
Yeah,
Mhm.
high,
It looks really
Yeah.
nice.
yeah, high appearance, yep. 100. Okay,
Okay,
let's
so-
move to the next.
So that would be $1,600 because of you had changed the lowest quote to 3,200, so. Okay, so our next one would be the 110 East Pine Street. That was for the pressure washing of the building and doing
Mhm.
all that fun stuff, painting and repairing all the cracks and the stucco. I mean, I was leaning towards 50% for that one as well. I don't know about
Okay,
y'all.
I want to say something about that.
Go ahead, please.
In the last fiscal year, that, and I know they're two different buildings, but the person that owns that got all the money to paint that building the Shamrock is in, plus the renters got money to change out the doors, put down, yes, several people, they got a lot of money.
That was on a different property though, right?
I know that,
But it's
but,
the same owner?
but it's the
Owner,
same
yeah.
owner, and, that's what I was saying, let's just
Mhm.
split the money between the two that hasn't gotten anything.
Yeah, Let's move,
The
let's
facade?
move,
No, ma'am, this one did not.
let's kind of move.
How do y'all
past
feel about that?
I'm in agreement with what she's saying because we are trying to get in new businesses, new money.
How do you guys feel about that?
But if it needs,
Yeah.
Yeah. If I
What
mean,
about 25%, guys? Like,
50%.
if you want to, we can go ahead and move on to the next one, and then that'll see how much money we all got left over, I guess. Because I mean, well, there's the last two right here. We're at about like 3,200 or $3,025 at the moment, I believe, with those two. And the last two are the 110 East Pine and which one's the other one? I can't remember. Yes, the one on the Miracle Metal. So you got those last two. So I mean, if you want to kind of combine those together and discuss the prices between those two,
oh, I know Miracle Metals is a new business.
yes.
I know they got the 5,000 before, but it's an extensive project they're doing. It's almost 30 grand that they're spending. And it's right there on the corner, right hanging,
Yes.
with its face hanging out.
Yeah. Mhm.
So, I mean, I would be happy to,
And it will significantly improve the street
right,
view, because it is right there in the heart of downtown and
Yeah.
and what they're proposing goes in
Mhm.
line with what's something we've already have. So they're in the guidelines of that. So I think that being said, I'm looking at 100%.
I personally would like to see the people that didn't get any money get the money. Yeah, I mean, if they've already gotten money, they got money. But I think it's other folks that didn't get anything.
well, we've already given Hi-Fi 100%, so we can't give them any more,
Okay.
even if we have more money left, we
Okay.
can't give any more.
All right.
110 East Pine.
So that really leaves us with
What about?
the other
and-
three.
So I originally had one of these. Air metals. That will make. But I'm shop considering.
I like most of what you said. But again, I'm right back to not re-awarding and more or less going with what she has indicated that we're gonna kind of focus on the new monies, the new businesses for the money. So I agree partially with you, but I agree wholeheartedly with Red. I can't think of her name. So
Judy.
thank you. So, with that having been said, I'm gonna go back and focus on the 101 East Hardin, 103, because I'm doing 100% for 101 East Hardin, 100% for 103 North Main. And with the 110 East Pine Street, that's the one where it has a significant view. Okay, so I'm gonna do 100% for them.
We don't
Uh,
have
well,
that.
Right, and so that's why I took from 101 East Hardin Street, I'm sorry. I mean, no, I didn't. 103 North. Jesus, I don't know what I did.
There's too many 100 addresses
Yeah,
on here.
it's a lot of
difficult.
100.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, so with the 202 North Main Frank, I went from 50% on him to 25%. And so now we've got 5, 6, 7. And then,
If we, like, I feel like if we establish a baseline and then we can go up percentage in other places if we need to. So let's sit where we're at. We got the 100% on 103 North Main. We got the 50% on 202 South Main. So let's discuss 110 East Pine, the Jose building right over there, and kind of discuss what percentage you want to put in that, and then we'll run to Miracle Metals and see what we have remaining. And then
We can solve one of your problems for you.
if you want to.
All right, Frank's Jewelry. So if y'all are only gonna go 20% on us, that's like $1,000. Just do somebody else and we'll come back next year.
Okay,
That's not gonna make or break us for that if it's going to push somebody else to finish that hasn't gotten the money before, if that makes any sense to anybody.
yes,
Well,
Yes.
we really only got two people that haven't gotten some kind of money, and that would be you and High Five Records.
Yeah,
They're the people
Yeah,
that
you know,
need
we get
money.
$10,000 project, 4,000, 5,000 would be great, and that would make a huge difference for us. But
Yes.
If we're talking $1,000, then let's let somebody else do it. Our awning's not falling off the building, it looks bad. But
Right, it does need
we
doing.
want to do the
Mhm.
awning and sign and everything eventually, so if we have to come back next year and roll it all in one, then that's fine, if that's what you want to do, but if we're, yeah, I mean, if we're sitting at that amount, then it's not going to make or break us, so you guys chew on that.
I understand what you're
Thank you.
saying. Yeah, I do.
thank you for that.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, so we're right now where we're sitting is we know we're gonna give High Five the 100% allotted amount, which is 1,600. That one
Yes.
we know for sure.
yeah.
So we need to finalize what we're gonna do with 110 East Pine next.
Okay, so that's the one that I'm understanding that significantly needs an improvement. A paint job will,
Yeah. Yeah,
help solve that. And for the beautification standpoint, I'm going to support that. Also at 100%, so.
so their total that they're spending is 17,500.
But I mean,
for
100%
East
of what we
Pine.
can award.
I know, so
which would
that's
be
why
the
I'm asking you.
5,000,
Mhm.
5,000.
So you're wanting to give them 5,000.
That's right. They have lots.
Yeah, I would say 50%.
They got last budget, they got the whole building painted and then the residents that rented from them.
So
got
the
money.
paint that they're using is appreciating within a year?
No, so that was for another piece of property. The whole, all right, so
It was the
I
same
know
owner,
it's the
different
same,
property.
it's the same owner that's applying for it, but it's a different lot. So it's not necessarily they're applying for the same project. It's a different project, just under the same owner name. So the owners receive funding, but the building
It
itself has
wasn't
not.
like this. They did this part, now they're gonna do this part. The building, just like this, okay? Shamrock is in here. Go down here, Mrs. Tiddlywinks used to be in here. Now they wanna do that part of the building. Got this part last budget, and then their renters got too, got new doors and lettering and all that. So they got a lot of money that building did. Last budget.
So there is, with how we have standing with the 100% 103 and the 50% at 202 North Main, there is $6,975, well, $6,974.65 left. So divvy that up between the two as you kind of wish and go from there. Look at the prices, look at the percentages and see where that extra,
So much with so little money, but
we got to spend it.
I know, yeah, we're gonna spend it.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to be, fair about everything. And sometimes it's gonna seem like somebody's gonna have to lose. And in this case, I understand what you're saying now. However, it still is an eyesore. Is this correct? Or how do you describe
wouldn't
the
say it's an
property? Because I haven't,
eyesore.
I didn't drive by it.
It's not an eyesore.
It's just, it's.
It
it's
needs some
tired.
updating.
Yeah, and I think it would make a big difference on that thoroughfare through.
Well, Cameron, if we gave what we could give to Hi-Fi Records and Frank's Jewelry, how much money would we have there?
You talking about Frank's Jewelry?
Mhm.
Frank's Jewelry and Hi-Fi Records, because they've got no money. So if we give them what we can, where would we be?
Yeah, roughly around $3,000.
So right now you have Frank's Jewelry, 202 North Main Street at $2,425.35. That's at 50% of the current cost. Then 103 North Main, you got them at 1,600 at 100%. We have to discuss 110 East Pine and 101 East Hardin Street. So where it currently stands with giving the Frank's Jewelry the 50%, North Main 100%, then whatever, what's the 100% amount? It's like close to $5,000, right?
It's 4850.
I would be 6,545. I don't know about cents, but it'd be.
So
like
basically you got like
6,000.
$3,500 left over if you go 100% on those two.
Then if we wanted to give that to the paint job, would y'all be happy with that?
25% to each. of
And the
those
paint job is
bigger
causing,
jobs.
calling for 48.
So if we
Okay,
did 25%
Franks
to
and
metals and 25% to Pine Street.
Jose
that would be
Laguna.
like
Sisters.
2,500.
Mhm.
Be close to the $10,000 amount. There's a lot of ways you can work through this in the percentage wise, and that's why it gets into a pretty interesting discussion. And that's why we're kind of having this, because there's a lot of factors to work out through.
See, the other ones
Um,
are-
So they're
These
okay
people,
getting
they-
smaller sums because
that's
they've already
right.
gotten big lump sums. We can
Right.
still
Right.
help them and they can
Right.
still do the project and make
Right.
it look better, but.
Right.
Right.
I think
So we
should give
could do
them both
Frank's Jewelry at 50%.
At 100%.
they're mentioning 100%.
At 100, okay, okay. I'm not all against that either.
And then the 100% for hi-fi.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's about just over $4,000, right? Roughly.
Weren't you at like $6,000 or something for those two at 100%?
Yeah, 'cause
45 if we did both of
I
them.
remember the
Get
first
rest
time
of
I
the
walked in Frank's
Everybody
Jewelry,
would've gotten something this fiscal-
5 years old.
Well,
If we-
50
and if we do that, everybody would have gotten something this fiscal year.
Mhm.
It's not as much.
50%.
Money's not that old.
No, no, I can
50%
just
for
remember, just
Frank's
as we were
jewelry
talking,
is-
I had on some brown
Go
leather
ahead, tell
boots.
me.
That would work.
High top boot. when I took it
Mathematically,
off.
that would work.
50% Frank's Jewelry or?
I was saying
So we
100.
came down
She
to
said
that.
most we can.
I
She's
was saying
saying,
100 to hi-fi and Frank's and then 25 to each of the other two.
That works. Mathematically, it works.
Yeah.
Let's give
I can
Frank
live with that.
100%,
I can live with that.
give Hi-Fi 100%,
100%.
right?
Then 110
And-
East Pine 25 and 101 Hardin 25. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
25%.
Well, did 101 East Hardin get money?
They did, but
I would
it's,
say we give them
it's a
25.
substantial project they're doing.
And I think it would look good. on-
And it would look good.
Mhm.
So yeah, I agree with that. That looks good.
So we're sitting at then
Hi-Fi.
103 North Main, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
202 North Main, 100%.
And what's the price on the 100% of that one?
1,600 for 103 North Main. For 202 North Main Street, 100% is $4,850.70.
Okay.
And for the remaining two that we had, 101 East Hardin Street for Miracle Metals, do 25%, that is $1,250 even. And for 110 East Pine Street, do 25%, which is $1,250 even.
Still have the 1,000 left.
Well, if we still have 1,000 left, let's apply it to 110 East Pine. And what would be wrong with doing that?
Yeah, I mean, it's not
If
specific.
they
you
have a need and
Mhm.
we don't have any more applications. Did we get 2 other applications? Did we get 2 new ones?
This is it.
And this is it.
Well, then we can just give the other 1,000 to 110 East Pine Street.
For the remaining of the, I guess, whatever's left.
Yeah, whatever's left of that.
Whatever's left, just
What was it,
take
9,000,
that
how much?
25% and increase it by another 15, I'm thinking.
It's a little less than
A
$1,000.
little less than 1,000 and just give it to them. I mean, if they need it. You write at 300 some dollars left.
Let me make sure my math's right here.
Didn't have anything
Yeah,
left,
please.
yeah. Got it on your calculator, right?
Mhm.
9,045.
96, 55, 35.
That's-
So
okay.
you're
So
doing-
I got $8,950.70 for all three of those added together. Is that what y'all got? No. All right, so 110 East Pine for the 25% is $1,250.
Uh-huh.
101 East Hardin, 25%, $1,250. 103 North Main, 1,600. 202 North Main, $4,850.70.
No.
95.73.
No.
No,
No, no, no, no.
No,
So
it's-
hi-fi
drop.
is, remember it's 1,600 with the thing, so
it's-
I got $8,950.70, so there is $49.30 left. So you say you want to move all of that to
110.
110 East Pine.
And then when you do that, you have,
That should be the 10,000. right?
$1,049.30 on
Mm.
top of that.
leave it.
And that's $2,299.30 for their whole total.
Then your total 10,000 is used.
Right on the money. So that's a full 10 grand used.
Perfect.
So since we got the money worked out, we need to make some motions here.
Yeah, so what I would suggest is going through and doing them as a whole. So say that we're going to allow 100% in the form of 4,850, 100% in the form of 1,600, 25% to 101 East Hardin for 1,250, and the remaining balance of $2,299.30 to 110 East Pine, and then make your motion and approval based on that.
Okay, so you want to just all together.
So somebody's got to
Okay.
make that motion. to-
Okay, I'll make a motion that we award 103 North Main Street Hi-Fi Records 100%, which would be $1,600.
Correct.
I will also make in that motion that we award 202 North Main Street Frank's Jewelry 100% in the amount of $4,850.70. Also in that motion, 101 East Hardin Street Miracle Metals. We will award them 25%. That's $1,250 even. For 110 East Pine Street. Let me come back to that one. Oh, that is the last one, right? We will award them the remaining $2,299.30, which should bring us to. Oh, and on 30 Southwest Court Square, we're gonna do 0%. And that should take us to our budget of $10,000.
A second.
Okay, so we have a second on that motion. Thank you, ma'am. So motion is carried.
Do your eye.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All against? Motion carried.
All right.
Perfect.
Thank you, y'all, for that. For everybody, I guess, out there, I'll be reaching out to y'all tomorrow in regards to the next step moving forward with this. I appreciate y'all coming out and listening to this, and I hope everybody's satisfied. I'll force y'all to stick around and look through houses with us, so.
Don't come listen to some music and
You
buy
can, you
some
can
gold.
stay if you want to.
Pretty head off that floor. Ain't cool.
Okay, so guess we will move on to our new business now, which is the Residential Appearance Award.
Yay.
Yes, sir.
Happy holidays.
Sir,
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
All right, I guess I'll start discussion with this. First, I would like to thank you all for going out and doing nominations and nominating some homes around. We did get some submittals from the community, not as many as y'all brought in, but nonetheless, I mean, we had over 20 some different properties around. For a month's turnaround, I would say that's not too bad. So we will go ahead and start if y'all are ready with that. All right. So first up, we have Mr. Long, who's located at 505 Cornelia Drive. As you can see from the pictures above, Mr. Long has a very extensive set of lights and other attractions around his yard. There was discussion as to whether Mr. Long could be omitted from this category due to him winning 2 years ago. But from what I can find is that you can only win every 2 calendar years. So he won in 2019 calendar year, didn't win in 2020 calendar year. So here he is back in 2021 in his 3rd calendar year, ready to make another appearance. So that is the first one. If you'd like me to stick around and hang out and look at this, just let me know. If not, I'll go ahead and move forward.
All ready?
So second, we have Kimberly and Trevor Ward located over at 2016 Stanton Street. Very beautiful, elegant home with a lot of light up amusement out in the front with the snowflakes dangling and the beautiful wreath on the top window.
Cameron, this is your new gig.
I know, right? Y'all
Price
good
is
with this
Right
one?
or something.
And all these pictures are also in your package if you don't want to look up at the screen or want to go back to them in the future. So next we have Josephus, who I honestly thought was an interesting name. I've had people submit fake stuff with that name before, so it's nice to see that. But this is 1210 Raspberry Run with beautiful red shutters and beautiful green greenery to kind of go with the aesthetic of Christmas. So there's that one.
Is that the road maker, Joseph?
I do not know.
Hmm.
If I was in Graham for a little bit longer, I'd probably be able to tell you, but I hardly know anybody around here still, unfortunately. And next, we got Eric and Anita Shearer at 2063 Cooper Street with some more greenery and beautiful lit up front porch. And next, we have Joseph and Paige Greco at 1897 Elmwood Street with their beautiful decorative array of lights in their front yard. You mentioned, I guess you can see on the left, a little bit of their backyard is also.
Yeah, you can see it
Up.
from Rogers Road. When you're
Oh,
coming
really?
up. Yeah, you can see it. It's the whole backyard is just a massive.
That picture does not do it
It
justice.
does
I
not do it
tried.
justice.
Trust
I'm
me.
It's
sorry.
all, it's
I
not
tried.
great.
I tried so hard to get the best pictures that I could for some of these, but it just wasn't working out. Having to leave at like 5 o'clock, it's still like not as dark.
Right.
And I love Graham a lot, but I do not really want to stick around till 8 o'clock at night taking pictures of her. So that is what it is. So next one we have Steve, Ben, and Christine Foote at 404 Bank Street. Got your what is that? Mary and Joseph riding in on the horse under a palm tree, of course, and some other beautiful decorative array of lights surrounding their bushes in the outline of their home. Next, we have Brian and Deborah Moore, where the Grinch is stealing all of their lights from their house with the beautiful Christmas tree you can see from the window over at 516 Bank Street. See, this is a little more fun, ain't it? And I'm rather
Yeah,
dealing with percentages. So this is Jose Rodriguez over at 513 Cornelia Drive.
Nice.
Santa on the roof and in the car making 2 appearances, stealing some Christmas trees.
Santa's everywhere.
So with the lights posted up on the front of their home. Next we have Chris and Peggy Core at 202 Ivy Road with their trees out in the front yard that are decorated, their driveway decorated, and the underhanging of their roof with little icicle lights running down
Nice.
and a little ho 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 there on the left side. Very nice property. I enjoyed riding by it. And next we have Shelby Temple located at 1668 Challenger Drive. Nice brick home with some more aesthetic out in the front, Santa waving at us and a few snowmen. You can see the Grinch over there on the right side, and I can't quite tell what that other sign on the right kind of sticks out, but a nice Merry Christmas on the garage door and a beautiful wreath hanging above it, and Merry Christmas on the right side window or under the right side window. And this is one of the ones that I had to take at like 5 o'clock. This is Mr. Jonathan Ray over at 2714 Pepperstone Drive. Some light decorations around those fixtures and the poles and columns out in the front. Next, we have Caroline Garner located at 2722 Pepperstone Drive. A wide decorative array of lights. They actually had to go and had to walk up there and talk to somebody. They're very, very pleasant. Next, we have James and Stephanie Scott located over at 2509 Covington Loop Drive. Got their tree decorated and their deer eating their grass out front, along with the Grinch in the bushes. And is that, what's the little girl's name from the Grinch? that stole
Cindy
Christmas?
Lou. or-
Yeah, well,
Cindy
she's
Lou
sitting
Who.
there too. It looks like she's got a Christmas ham from the looks of it, so that's nice. Next, we have 2530 Lacey Holt Road. This is Brandon and Laura Hamilton. It's very tough to get pictures of some of these over on Lacey Holt Road because
Yes.
there's like no place to stop. Fortunately, I did get a little bit of a break, so I got the little front of their house with their wreaths hanging up and their snowmen and everything else. And next we have Kathy Holt over at 2355 Lacey Holt Drive, another very difficult yard to take a picture of since they're so far from the road. But they got their light balls hanging from their tree, their Santa and elf and snowmen up out there, as long as a Christmas cow in the back. So that's very interesting. Next, we have David and Christine Morazes at 554 Rockwood Drive. So they got a lot of lights planted up in the version of trees hanging on their trees, as well as some overhanging their garage and sitting there on their front porch as well with some other decoratives. So next we'll move on to Jose and Rosa Crespo over at 1726 Darrell Drive. You can see a nice little bit of array under the tree there with some other decorative lights inside of their garage and some glowing on it as well, and their front door nicely decorated. Next, we have Paula Holt located at 2508 Greenview Drive. They have all the lights inside of their trees out there and the little icicle lights hanging off the top of their roof, as well as their columns decorated in white and other colorful lights. Next, we have Glenn and Tammy Arrington over at 2604 Pepperstone Drive. You can see they got their candy cane driveway, as well as some other decorative lights inside of their bushes on the left-hand side, and as well as the walkway up to their door, as well as some wreaths with lights and other puppy dog type things out there.
I love safety first there,
Where's that?
but go back, you see where they duct tape the extension cord? Isn't that what that?
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's really good.
So I have to run it to there. I don't know. Some people at the city might have some stuff to say about putting stuff on a right of way out there.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
We see nothing.
Yes, of course. But yeah, you got to run the lights to the mailbox somehow. I think this is one of the only ones that I've seen where the mailbox has been nice and
I
decorated
do
too.
too.
So next we got Patrick and Katherine Warfield over at 2705 Pepperstone Drive. So we have a penguin kidnapping the head of a snowman in a boat on the left side, as well as some deer holding the sleigh there. Of course, the outline of the front of their facade of their home with the lights, as well as they got a chopper in the back with Santa hanging off, or Santa driving and an elf hanging off in there, lights in the bushes. And Santa on the right-hand side of the home on the sleigh too. So a lot to go in there with that. Here we have Reggie and Marcia Absher at 2704 Pepperstone Drive. We got the columns all decorated, the tree and a nice inflatable Santa out front, lights in the tree and lights overhanging from the top pitch of their roof, as well as some garland hanging above their garage door that unfortunately was open whenever I took the picture. And there was also a bike laying out there. This is Brian Boylston over at 2717 Pepperstone Drive. Some nice decorative little small tree out there at the front with the lights, and the trees on the left with some lights going up there, as well as a little row of colorful candy canes and Santa and Rudolph and a dog and a nice penguin out front. And their garage is also outlined with a little bit of light. So beautiful. And the lights on the inside of the windows portraying out. Next, we have Cheryl Lindley over at 2402 Rogers Court, another very difficult property to get a picture of because they were doing all that extension AT&T wiring up there. So Lord have mercy. But of course, you can see they have a lot of decorative figures out there, as well as some of the bushes and the trees lit up over there, as well as the front of their home, very, very well lit up, and some other stuff over there on the right.
Very nice.
And that is all of the homes that were submitted.
Well,
I don't know
very good.
exactly how many that
That's-
was,
You
but
made all the
Location.
pictures come to light.
I swear, and they were all so beautiful to take pictures of as well. You know, it's very nice to kind of at least get out and spend some time in the community, being that I haven't been here for very long and getting a little bit familiar, and also getting to the Christmas spirit. I know my girlfriend was so upset that I was riding around taking pictures of all these that she made me get in the car with her that night after we ate to go ride around Durham and take a look at some of the other lights and some of the subdivisions. So I didn't catch much of a break that day, but it's all right.
Oh, dear.
So this one is a little more difficult because there's definitely a lot more to look through. We can go by the ranking system again, unless y'all want to open up some general discussion. I don't know if there's, I'd say like out of the ones, we'd pick maybe like 3 or 4 that you'd like the most, and we kind of discuss from that aspect.
Yeah.
Because some of y'all may kind of be congruent in some of the ones you choose, and that may lead to some more detail as to which ones you see.
Well, this doesn't really apply anyway for Christmas decorations.
Yeah, it's
It really-
there's
It's-
seasonal
it would
display
be-
on it. There's seasonal display,
I
the
know,
in
but-
December only criteria.
No best.
You want to
three.
go through each of them and select out of 10 and be like, oh, this one out of 10, this one out of 10. Oh, this one's 10. This, yeah. I mean, if that's how y'all want to do it,
Oh,
y'all,
we could do that, actually.
yeah.
Just give them a ranking 1 to 10. That way,
Hey,
Just go
listen,
through
what
each
happens
picture.
when
That
we-
might be, well, it might be the quickest way,
Are we
because
just
we're not
pick our
gonna
top
agree on
three?
the top
Can we just
three.
pick our top
You-
three?
No, I don't think we will. I don't know. but
Whatever
we'll
y'all
mind.
wanna do is fine.
See, if we go
We
through
did
this the whole
something else
time, I'll tell you, there's gonna be about 6 or 7 of them that y'all give about a 9 or a 8, and it's gonna be so hard to kind of divvy through them all.
Okay,
But y'all are the
Okay.
commission up here. I'm at y'all's will. So y'all tell me how y'all want to do it. I'll
You
let
wanna-
y'all
What
make
do
it.
you think, Judy? You
We
think
can
could
try
pick
picking our top three.
Top three, just do top
individually?
three.
And
Can
see
do it.
what we have aligned.
There you go.
we can try it.
So y'all all tell your top 3 and I'll basically just like,
Okay.
I'll compile all of those and I guess that'll be like a top 5 or 7, depending on how many different ones there are, and we'll go from there.
Gosh.
And then we can rank our 1 out of 10s for the remaining ones and kind of go from there.
So
We'll
many.
make it work.
That'll be good.
And while y'all are looking through this, one thing I will mention is, whenever it is selected, we have a yard sign that we post out there. So depending upon who wins and where, I guess, other location it is, I'll be running out there and stamping the sign out in their lawn. It would be nice to get some representation from here as well. We'll be taking pictures. We're gonna put it up on the Facebook and everything else. So
I like
after that, we'll
that.
have a little bit
Good.
further more of a discussion.
Good, sounds good.
Okay, I got my top 3.
Now, will all of these get some letter from the city saying they were nominated?
Yeah, I'll send one out for sure.
Yeah, I think
I was
that would be
planning on it. I originally, because nobody wants to see anybody right out there and take a picture of their house and not know anything. But with the short turnaround, it was a little bit difficult, so I didn't get a chance, but I will was planning on sending them notification out that their property was nominated for their business, or not the business, the residential appearance award. And then we'll kind of go from there with who wins, and we'll go out there and do a little photo op and have a good time, and hopefully it's not too cold.
Can you put the one for Stanchion Street back up there again for me?
This one?
Okay, yeah, okay.
I think it's just those old field homes. I think they all
It's
look
a
really nice.
Victorian, yeah.
They're really
Victorian.
beautiful. There's
Yeah.
some interesting ones out there though. They're really nice.
Yeah.
They pique your
Really
interest.
pretty houses.
I know. Everybody loves old fields.
That's my hood.
You gonna be at the meeting tomorrow night?
I am, Cameron. The whole hood's coming.
I'm not.
You can
gonna-
recognize Kimberly tomorrow.
No, I will not.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, y'all get to meet Justin tomorrow. He's the
I can't
planning
wait.
director, so he'll be handling a lot of that. But yeah,
Better
that's
than The rezoning, a rezoning meeting,
We had
the
competition.
road right in front of our houses.
Mhm.
Yes, girl, we will. be.
all right, Ms. Clark Baldwin, you said you got your top 3.
Yes, please.
I'll go ahead and run through yours, and like I said, I'm just gonna compile a big list, and we'll
So-
just go through them and kind of decide from there.
My number 1 was 516 Bank Street. And I
Nice.
liked it because the Grinch was just stealing the lights. I don't
Like
think it
that.
got to the Christmas yet, but it was just kind of simple.
Yeah.
But they did put a lot of thought in it. And to see it in person, it was really kind of eye-catching.
Mhm.
It was kind of clean and just off to itself. And so that's one. And my second would be the 404 Bank Street. I'm on Bank Street. Stephen and Christine, and you could see, that it was well thought out. The palm tree kind of threw me off a little bit.
Yeah, right, with Mary and Joseph
With Mary
riding
and
in under. I
Joseph,
was like, oh,
I
man.
thought, okay, so we all have our own vision of
Yeah.
how it happened, but
That's for sure.
yeah, I kind of like that. And then my third choice, the 2509 Covington Loop. Although I did take an extra, so I'm just gonna do top 4.
I thought we were sticking to top
I
3.
thought we were
Come on,
doing
Mel.
3. It was gonna be so easy.
Yeah, right.
And then I at the 505 Cornelia, Aaron's house. I know he's been elected and then he lost a year, then he went back. But I went out in the middle of the night too to take this picture. And it was just, the picture doesn't know justification.
I know.
It's just
They usually
breathtaking.
don't, yeah.
It's not.
It is just
It's
so beautiful.
I mean, I even have the most brand new iPhone and it still didn't take the best picture of it. I think it's just the night and the light stuff out there, or maybe I'm just a very bad
I even
picture
called
taker.
my son and I said, hey, you gotta take my grand princess. And she's got on the phone with me. She said, oh, grandmommy. I mean, she was, it was just the most adorable little.
All right.
I don't know.
Carmen, you got 3?
I have 505 Cornelia Drive, 7 Elmwood, 2722 Pepperstone.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. 505 Cornelia,
Mhm.
which is Aaron, 2604 Pepperstone, which are the Arringtons that has the tape on the sidewalk.
Yes, ma'am.
And 2722 Pepperstone Drive. And the Moyas with
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll go ahead and go next. I had 1897 Elmwood,
Mhm.
2722 Pepperstone,
Mhm.
and 2016 Stanchion Street.
Yeah, that is beautiful. I could have gone for that too.
I figured your 4th and 5th options probably get selected by somebody else, and Here.
Yeah, I like this one too.
You
All
sure?
right, so 2722 Pepperstone Drive,
Mhm.
2016 Stanchion,
Mhm.
and 505 Cornelia.
Miss Bernadette.
2722 Pepperstone.
Okay. Mhm. All right. Okay. Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 that are up. So would you like to go 1 out of 10 on all these and kind of go from there? Or you want to open it up for discussion a little bit?
Looks like it's a tie between 2016 Stanchion and
See, I think it's a
505
three-way
Cornelia.
tie.
I think
See,
it's
I
more-
think
I
it's
think
either
it's
505
three.
Cornelia, 2722 Pepperstone, and 2016
What's
Stanchion.
it? Pepperstone is.
They're my top 3.
Ah,
Go
That
figure.
one on
Two.
Pepperstone, it
So,
did not do it
uh,
justice. It's absolutely like,
it is very nice.
It's
That was one of the
amazing.
ones I had to take at like 5 o'clock.
Okay.
So this one right up here.
So we're leaning to 20.
These are our 3.
722 Pepperstone. And 2016
Stanchion Street, yes. ma'am.
Stanchion.
So those are our top 3, or
and what was the third
Those are-
one?
And then you've got
I know,
505
I do.
Cornelia.
I do.
Okay,
I do agree.
I still like that, 2016 too. And I like the
So
27.
those are our top 3, the
that's what it
27,
sounds like. I think almost
27,
everybody
22
had one of
Pepperstone.
those in there.
2016 Stanchion, and 505 Cornelius. Is that what we had? Okay. Yeah, that's kind of, I mean, I know it's been a whole calendar year, but let's give it to somebody new, you know?
I agree with
I
that.
mean, I
I
think it should
definitely
be one
want
of
to
the other two.
recognize, I
Hey.
definitely would love to recognize him.
Oh, yeah,
his-
for sure.
And all the others to bring it next year. It will
Mhm.
be
Hey,
fantastic.
So let's go back to 27, 22, and 2016. What do we think about
Our
that?
two.
Let's write your number 1.
Number 1.
See what you come up with.
if y'all want to do majority like that, y'all are the commission out here, so y'all,
Can we give 2 prizes away?
I wish so. Listen,
Can we
well,
make 2
we're-
signs?
Yeah, it's
I
tough.
like that too. Okay, what's the number 1?
Okay, so let's start with Bernadette and we'll work our way down.
I am so torn. It's either all in or traditional, and
Yeah.
that's where I get torn. So
Me too.
It's like
I'll,
It's tough.
Griswolds or
yeah,
traditional.
yeah. And I'm very traditional, so I don't know, but I'm not gonna vote. Let's go down and then
Okay.
I'll be a decision maker.
You're gonna be the,
Okay.
I'm back at 2016.
I'm gonna go 2722 Pepperstone.
2722 Pepperstone.
All right.
it looks like you don't have to make a
It's
decision.
it's a
That's why.
Pepperstone, yep.
All right, so, all y'all good with that?
Yeah.
Let's hear a motion.
Make a motion that we award the Residential Beautification Award for Christmas decorations for 2021 to 2722 Pepperstone Drive.
I second that motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All against? Motion carried.
Very nice.
That was a lot of fun. I actually did very much enjoy that, and it's very nice to see. I mean, on a short turnaround, it was a lot for y'all to go out there and take the pictures of some of the homes. We did get some community responses in. Unfortunately, it did
About
not
who's
amount.
outside?
What's that?
Community responses about people outside their homes?
No.
Oh, nominating.
Yes, ma'am.
No,
Community responses, nominations.
Like, thank you, Jesus.
But it, like I said, short turnaround, new person helping y'all out, new board, basically kind of working through everything together. But I just want to, for one thing, thank you all for the past 3 months and all the work y'all done. I do look forward to working with you all in many months to come. And that's kind of all I have. Just a general thank you on behalf of me, the planning department, and here at the city of Graham for serving and doing such a wonderful job. And next year, well, not even next year, we still have opportunity to do this in the upcoming spring season, and summer and fall. So this is a 4 times a year type thing. And we'll kind of go from there. Hopefully, whenever they see a lot of the stuff here for the residential appearance for the Christmas, maybe it'll entice some people to start, sending some stuff out. And we'll have to do a little bit of advertising on our end as well to kind of push the message out there. We try to do the best we can with the amount of time that we had. We do our best. So, but again, the amount of pictures that we had and the amount of fun that little discussion was, it really lets you enjoy exactly what this board's here to do. So I do enjoy it. But that is about all I have with the agenda stuff.
So can we, since we have an esteemed new member of our city council here with us, would you like to give us any updates on the city council, anything?
Been a city councilman 6 days.
That's right.
The new city council has been sworn in.
Yes, sir.
We're ready to work. Look forward to work with you
Mhm.
all. And I just came tonight to observe.
I will say, yeah, we,
And like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank
as well.
you.
I will say, Mr. Chin is here kind of just spectating. We do appreciate you coming, Mr. Chin, as a new board representative. We have not identified anybody to do the
Liaison.
replacement for the liaison. They didn't make a decision at the council meeting. I don't think it was even brought up or even on the agenda for anything. There was a lot going on too, having to get everybody else sworn in. So I did reach out and tried to get that on the agenda for next month, as well as looking to appoint our last member. So we'll be kind of running through that. We'll be posting something for applications to apply for the position, and also the ones that have applied in the past, and we kind of go from there. So if you all know anybody that would love to sit on this commission, give them a holler, tell them to apply, and they'll let the council decide on who gets to sit. You guys have any other, or you all, excuse me, have any other topics of discussion?
Buddy?
I do not have any council updates either. There's a planning board meeting tomorrow night, and the next council meeting will be on the 11th of January. So, and we'll meet back. Well, I'll have to see if we need to meet back next month. I don't know in the meantime if there'll be much to discuss after all this. I do, however, will be reaching out to get a time when we all can ride out there to 2722 Pepperstone Drive and
Yes.
kind of plant that out there and do a little photo op. Like I told Ms. Sherrill, I'm gonna be sending out letters to all of the participants and letting them know that they were a part of this process and that their work is appreciated with, beautifying their yard and everything else. And of course, let the people at 2722 Pepperstone know that they have won, and to call me when they get a chance, we can schedule something. And I don't know, I'll just reach out and see what y'all's availability is. I mean, everybody doesn't need to be there. If you did, that's awesome too. But then again, if you can't make it, you can't make it.
Okay. Is it going to more than likely be in the evening when the lights show up? or
Yeah,
is it
probably.
be-
I mean, if anything, maybe like 5:30, 6 o'clock. I mean, I can stick around, comp time. So it is what it is.
6 o'clock, it should be
Yeah,
dark enough.
I think so. I mean, about whenever I left here, it was right around like 5:45, 6 o'clock, and it was starting to get pretty dark. And of course, the further we move into December and January, the only darker it's gonna get earlier
Yeah.
too, so.
I know the
Correct-
homeowner works
correction.
during the day, so she,
Tomorrow's the winter solace.
Oh, gosh, so that's
The
the.
days get shorter or longer.
Oh, Lord. Never mind, then. Excuse me. So, but regardless, like I said, I'll reach out to them. I'll get a time for us and I'll just reach out and see what y'all's availability is.
Okay.
But then again, thank you all, everything, but y'all still have to close the meeting
all
down.
right. So I will make a motion that we adjourn this appearance commission meeting for December 20th. It is 7:23. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All against? Motion carried. Thank y'all. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Merry
coming,
Christmas.
Mr. Chin.
Thank you, Mr. Chen.
Thank you so
I
much. Mr.
appreciate
Chairman.
it.